Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome on in, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Just so you know, right off the bat, we're going to be live on Twitter and YouTube. So give it a share, give it a like if you can. I appreciate you. But yeah, we should have a good Thursday. Hopefully you're having a good week so far. We had a nice power hour stream yesterday. Zach made some money. Me and Austin stayed flat, I believe. Pretty much flat on the week, or break even wash for me so far in the XFA, but that's fine. Better than big red or small red. Yeah, hopefully we can find a trade this morning. We did have news. We'll take a look at that once we jump into the charts. No more news the rest of the day. We got not a lot of news tomorrow either. It's been pretty dry this week. But yeah, if you're new here, welcome on in. My name is Evan. Going to take us to the open in about a couple minutes here. We'll look for some trades after the 15-minute opening range is set, most likely. And then, yeah, if you have any trades on, any questions, any markups, always feel free to send them in. Don't hesitate. No matter what pair it is, it doesn't have to be ES. Yeah, hopefully we can find some nice moves this morning. And then if not, I think we will. But if not, we have Power Hour again this afternoon with me and Austin and maybe James. And maybe Zach. We'll see. Okay, let's jump into the charts here. Good morning. Good morning. So a lot of familiar names. I love it. I love it. Good morning. Good morning, Rebecca, Michael, Lucas, Nick, Randy. Everybody's here. How are we all doing? So this, we can take a look at this. This is in play. We had the unemployment news come out on a Thursday, which, if you remember from just any previous Thursday unemployment that we always have, it's not really the most volatile. Right? If anything, I'm always looking for like trend continuation after maybe like a few minutes of up and down of like 7 points. But I guess given that there hasn't been any news this week and the volatility's already been crazy, this first minute of the news is 40 points. That's big. Even with the volatility we're having where 40 isn't a lot, it's a hefty move this morning. So the plays that I have marked up, which I guess you could say is a winner, was a winner, would be the retest of this news VWAP, break above the high a day. This blue one, if you take it to a 15-minute again, is still that low of week, which is from Monday or Tuesday. Monday's low. You can see we were using it as support. We did break under it yesterday. Use it as resistance in power hour. Now, pre-market, we broke above it again. So then you can look at it as like a retest above that, even though your stop loss isn't underneath it. This is like a tight, aggressive idea. Very close here, but it does hold the news view up. So maybe you do want to give it that 17 points pre-market to go underneath all view ups at maybe this structure, but aggressively news, not a news play, but just looking for it to drift higher. I'll mark it up like this. And this one won. It went 1R, 12 points. So we'll mark it up like that. We'll put that in the trade Zella early in the day. So we'll just say news pre. And then even realistically, you can see it hold the news view up again, get in there, get in here. All the same idea. So for fun, to show this one takes the least amount of drawdown, we can mark this up as its own. But then you have almost like a double bottom here that you wouldn't want price to go back underneath. So we can mark that up twice here. But other than that, we're making a new high here pre-market. We get rid of all these notes. I do have the news open price marked off, that if it were to retrace that and fill that completely, that could kill any long idea, which doesn't look like that's going to happen, right? We did hold it early in the news. That's still when it's shaking out. But since then, just higher highs, higher lows, drifting into the open here in 10 seconds. So we'll leave the news view up on. We'll leave the low of week one on for now, see if we get below that potentially. But flat into the open, didn't take that. If it does fill this news candle, that would actually be the electronic trading hours daily. But we'll see. Let's take one more look at the 15-minute. A nice rise up. We did technically take out yesterday's low, just slightly. So I'm not fully bullish today. Surprising, I know. I could easily see shorts. Just the way that this daily's been closing is not pretty. These two pins to the upside. This is the start of month VWAP, although it's only August 8th, very early. That is the start of month. That maybe it wants to pin it one more time and then come back down, but I'm not ruling out shorts. We'll see how this open shakes out. We got the opening range indicator. I'm not really too concerned with gaps today. It's going to be like 1% plus, which hasn't been filling in the past year, so not really looking at that. Does anybody in the trade pre-market, anyone take something similar to this? I mean, it looks clean. It's just higher highs, higher lows. I kind of wanted to take it, but just like one of those, I think a week or two ago on stream, it's like, you don't need that pre-market shit. But maybe you could. But anybody's in a trade. What's up, JB? Could you view this trade I took yesterday, Justin? Of course. We got 1 minute into the open. I'm not going to do anything real quick, so let's just take this real quick. ES. You said yesterday, right? Is this yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. So I took this trade yesterday. The break lost. I think a couple people took this. So entry on the second bullish candle and price bounce off open range high. Take profit set at high. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. You are off that open range high again. However, it's still making lower highs from the top, and we weren't really able to send out of this opening range high initially, right? Like my first long idea was killed here, back into the middle of the range, but it did rally and come back to the top. But at this point, we still hadn't broken both sides of the opening range. Who asked? Justin. So that's why we were initially maybe looking for shorts earlier on in the day after Austin's stream, just because there is that double break stat that didn't fulfill it here. So you still could want to say might want to come back down, as well as I was really just looking at Nvidia. It was making clean lower highs and lower lows, which would feed a short bias, and then NQ was just completely trapped. So it's not bad. I just wasn't like fully long bias yet, even though it is close to like that first price I made. But that was after higher highs, higher lows at the open. Let's see if we can carry it. We didn't carry it. Now we're just sideways. So tough trade. I waited a couple more hours, just wait for it to spread out. It's exactly what I said. When we go to my DRC real quick to yesterday before we get back into the open. Lots of markups. Never going to short on that. But which one do I want? Maybe the one I took? Yeah, so like this is up here. Not bad, right? I think you could want to sell it underneath the New York VWAP and yesterday's high. But maybe that's the middle of the range. You don't want that. I think down here, once you break the bottom, lower highs, now it's spreading out. It's not stuck in a range. It just made a new low of day. Retest an open range low. Now shorts are in. I think this is probably the clearer view when I have all the notes, right? It's sideways a little bit. You could argue longs, right? This could have popped for a new high. Also could have popped for a new low. It happened to break for a new low. So I think just wait for some better trend to form. You don't have to know what it wants to do right now. But not a bad trade. Jimmy, I'm long, going for 5,300. The longer downtrend. The longer downtrend. 5,300. That's up there. Order book real quick. It's been a little iffy this morning. Is it looking normal? A little bit now. Yeah, this one orders up at 5,300. Let's have a good session, Murray. Indeed. I think we'll see a little bit of a retracement after the big move up. Yeah, I would kind of want to, just to find a lower buy price if we are long buys today. Big stack of orders at 12, so that's below us. Yesterday's New York, okay. All right. I actually completely forgot that we're live on YouTube and Twitter, so should probably check in on that. But yeah, I mean, we'll let this range set. It's still holding nice higher highs, higher lows. We'll see how stocks open up. They're green so far. And like I said, no more news today. So if this were to, what would really make me short today? Maybe below the news view up for sure. I haven't really been using that low of week one, so I can't say that's like a definite, I need that or else I can't, just because I'm deciding to use it today, right? Even though it can be helpful. But so far, Apple opening up down, Nvidia down a little bit. Let's clear that. Right, but one more time, this is Nvidia yesterday since the open, not stuck in a range, just clear lower lows, lower highs. So that was why I didn't love that initial long I took, but you got to live with it. I mean, we're 4 minutes in, so let's see these stocks shake out a bit, huh? Let's see the low set. Let's see the high set. We could even go like this. Now the VWAPs are going to look funky, but it's a big gap. What do we have it at? A 1%er, 0.99. I believe, even if it was a little bit less than that. Take a look at edge for the gap fill by size. Thursdays are a good day for gap fills. And let's widen it to a year. 6 months is a little tight. But 0.99. 30. If it was 1%, 17%, not great odds of it filling. So, but that doesn't mean you can't find money short to the downside, but you're not looking to fill that gap 50 points away. We'll wait. NQ, sideways. But even just this week, we started up Monday. We tested that yesterday morning. We couldn't get above it. But, this is NQ. Same thing, though. If you look at the 15-minute today, I mean, it's a nice run up overnight. Nice strong news bar. Probably because there wasn't much news today or this week that it is significant. But when there's unemployment claims, but on a week where there's a bunch of other news, it's not going to shine as bright. And we can put on a New York view up once this stretches out a little bit. It's a tight range. The volatility is still here. I mean, it's 11 points, 12 points. It doesn't look like it, but it still might be a micros day. I think yesterday when I was generating ideas on Power Hour, I was going to get like a 10-point stop. So then, yeah, maybe I'll take it to a mini just for ease. But for the most part, you can still do micros. It's not really a big concern about the fees you'll have to pay. But someone said 52.12, right? Ooh, yeah. 52.15, 2,000 orders. And then at 5,200, round number. I mean, that's kind of like yesterday. And there's a lot building at 5,300 above us. That's what Jimmy's shooting for. 17 points away. Not bad. I mean, I guess you can't fight this structure. When there's no gap fill below us, I would like to probably see, if we're going to find longs today, it's like almost set the opening range low, break the bottom of it, and then let's get back inside so we could find potential longs with nothing in the way of us, right? Where yesterday when I was looking for that long, it broke out of the upside, but there's that chance it wants to also break the bottom. So that's going to fight my long, where if we could fulfill one side and now I'm trading to the other side, I know that it could break that other side and run all day because there's nothing saying it has to come back or would probably want to come back, right? And I was long in the break of New York VWAP. Okay. Yeah, so probably like right in here. I mean, it makes sense. That is a break of New York. I think it's just like, it's so we're like the range isn't set, right? It's like 8 minutes in that ideally this would be the opening range low. I know this news VWAP looks silly in the regular trading hours, but ideally this would be the low. So you're longing on the break of New York, stop at the opening range low. But who's to say that's the opening range low, right? Like this was the low. Now it's spread out a little bit. So that's why I just like to wait. See the sentiment, right? This could set in the opening range high, and then the low could form down here like 63 in 5 minutes. So that's just me. Little more patient of just waiting to see it form when I could see it going either way, right? Because even if I'm bullish today, I think it might still be a little bit high after the news. It could keep drifting, but I'd like to see it pull back. Like it's a little overextended. Austin's got a little markup for us. What is this? Yeah. Little pop, fake everybody out. Fulfill the top side. We broke the opening range high. Boom. Let's go to the low. And so far it's just sideways. Right where I said yesterday on my long, even though I didn't love it, like, oh, I need to be in this. I felt like I needed to be in it just in terms of higher highs, higher lows. This was the opening range high here. Break that. Like I have to be in that. Even if I don't want to be in it, my rules are going to say you should be in that. So like stop forecasting that it's going to lose, that there was clear bullish trend to it. And then off a key level, buyers were 100% in on this VWAP break. So let's take it. Probabilities would say, yeah, there's enough things lined up with it that it could want to go higher. Where this, it's like, where's the low? Where's the high? I'm not sure. Anyone else in a trade? Long or short? We got Jimmy. Manuel's in a long. I think that's it, right? Hiding in the shadows. But like I said, not the real, but this daily. Could we see it? Not that it's going to be like close right here, right at this price. And it's just like just a bar, really. It's not touching any VWAPs, not making new lows. It's just there. That doesn't have to just sink for a new low and fill this pin, or it doesn't have to retrace all the way back to these pins and then come back down. So could go either way today. I think stocks are pulling back down a little bit now, right? Yeah. So like that's why I like to wait a few minutes, of course. That this was the opening range low, holding some pins to it, but now this is the low. The low's not set. So just waiting. That's bearish, and Q coming down with it, and Q's looking bearish. Yes, a little bit more so than bullish, but we got 4 more minutes. So while we got 4 minutes, let's take one more look. What did I skip? I'm not going to do all these markups. Fuck that. This one even in Power Hour. Just simplify it. Lower highs, lower lows, all those notes I said. So this one, shorts are in. Shorts are in 100% right here. You could have argued them here. I took this one, and then you could even take that one, and then again lower. But I think in power hour, rather than being like, oh, it has to retrace. It's so deep. It's so low. It's like it could definitely bounce. You don't have to long it, though. You could wait for a short, or if you see the longs potentially happening, be patient for a short or just sit out. Because you do get a break of lower day view up. It's fighting it. It was bouncing quite a bit. And then MOC helped it, but just keeping those lower highs. And this one was probably that same thing, that Monday low of day, low of week VWAP. Holding underneath that, just follow the trend. I know I'm better off just shutting up, following the trend, following the structure than I am to try to call the bottom, as many of us will be, no matter what experience. And then is this my trade? This was after my trade. I took this short on the retest of the opening range though the first time, 5 minutes. I got out. I called the bottom because I'm like that. And my greedy ass didn't want it to just keep on sinking. I'm like, yep, that's good. Boom. I'm out. Recover the loss. It's a nice move. I think it could want to keep going lower, but I don't care. And it pulled back, would have stopped me out. And at this point, it's 12:43. I'm off the desk. I just recovered the loss. I'm not sticking around to just give it right back again. But yeah, that was a clean. It's so interesting. Like when we're in the moment, like we all were after the open in the BSC live room and all that, of trying to see, like, does it want to come higher? Like Austin's saying shorts. I was saying, yeah, I could see the shorts, but I could also see the longs. Like that Justin markup we looked at, like I could see either. It's like we don't have to know right now. We could wait. I can come back later and see if it's spread out in either direction. If the longs worked out, cool. Then we'll look for some more longs. If sellers stepped in, okay, we'll look for some shorts. So just coming back like an hour and a half later, sellers made themselves present that they won that chop battle. Now I'll find a nice, easy short. Rather than getting chopped up in all that noise and wasting my ammo, I survived and was able to take a trade. Lucas got a little gold. Richard's flat, Varun short, and Q. Nice. Where'd we get that at? Off the daily here, maybe? New York. Richard took $20 on my XFA on the bounce of the news view up you talked about earlier. Nice. Yeah. It's a nice setup. Especially with news heading pre-market into the open, you would think it would just want to keep on drifting until the open, not completely reverse or do any craziness like that. Scott says keeps bouncing off the all-time high view up. I'm not sure we're there. I could take a look. But let's take a look at opening range is set in 1 minute. Let's take a look at Lucas's. My boy Lucas, you got a gold for us? Open it. He's got a gold. High day view up, break, retest, boom. Stop loss at structure. This is probably the daily view up here. A little early for my normal trade as of late. No book map at the moment. Nice. Yeah, nice. Clean, simple trend. Let's take a look at ES. I don't think we're... Who said that? Love you, Scott, but I'm not sure. Could be. All-time high view up, way up here. It's that Thursday, right? Yeah, we're nowhere near that. Can you confirm that, Scott? I don't think we're anywhere near an all-time high view up. Do you mean like that low of week one? What you mean? Kind of want to take a short just because it's so high up there. We can now let's go back this news one on. We're on that 8:30 unemployment news. Unemployment claims, yes. But yeah, so if we slice through this, the opening range is set right now. So there's the low. Haven't taken out either side. So if you take a short and it does work out, you would believe that it could also want to take out the top at some point today. But if you short it now at the very bottom of the range before a break, it's tougher. But let's just think it out. You'd want to stop at the high. And then you'd be trying to go to like that Monday low VWAP. There's no gap below you. Just be looking for some movement lower. How's the VIX doing today? Sideways VIX, but it's down 6% because of the changeover. But it's not really moving lower. Yeah, a little bearish open for NQ, but same thing. If you mark off a high day VWAP, buyers can take that out in a jiffy and break for a new high. How's that news VWAP? Underneath that. Nvidia, nice bearish open. Apple's down. Microsoft's flat. Google's flat. Amazon's down. Tesla's down. All right. 14 points. That will definitely be a micro play if we take a 14 short. If you catch it a little bit lower, wait for the break. You could tighten it. Yeah, I would. It's tough. The blue line is Monday's low VWAP, low of week. If you go to this Monday, it's also the low of week, but it's also Monday's low. We were using as support the previous days, resistance yesterday. Now we're back above it. You probably could get rid of it, but it's not the. Could be a nice support level. I don't think if it gets to it, it's just going to bounce right off, but it absolutely could. Whole bunch of VWAPs you can put on a screen. I try to keep it simple, right? Because I could put on a high a day one right now. See if we break that right now. I could put on a New York blue one here from 9:30. It's going to be similar to the high a day one. And now we got this dotted line of the news price. We got the daily, Monday's low, news, New York, high a day. Fuck that. No thanks. Give myself a headache. Austin wants a little long inducement. Let's go to the top. Oh, longs are in. Bang. Psych, you thought. Give me your money. Trap all the amateur buyers trying to buy the breakout. Yep, we've seen that. It's not that it never works out like that, but like it's almost, because it could absolutely go higher, but it's almost like it looks too clean to just buy it and it goes higher. Like, isn't everyone seeing these higher highs and higher lows? Like, of course they're going to buy that. And if they're all buying that, fade that shit. Is what goes through my head. I'm like, they're probably not going to make money, so I shouldn't be on the right side of them. Right? Although we do always want clean structure and we can follow it, and we do. It's just like this news VWAP bounce is like it's higher highs, higher lows, clean. Such an easy buy. It's almost too easy. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. The one I've anchored from July 16th. I don't believe July 16th is our all-time high, Scott. Could be. I thought it said June. July. Maybe it was July. Yeah, July 16th. 57.21. Yeah. 57.21. 25. If I anchor it right here. Turn that green for all-time high. We go back to price today. Lots of room up to it. It's up at like 54.50. But yep, here's a nice short. A little breakout of the open range low. You can short that with the tight stop in the middle of the range, saying don't get back in here. See some slide. Almost not chasing. Terrible word to use, but I probably wouldn't want to hold my short if it tested all the way back up here. Realistically, if it got back inside, I'd probably be like, shit, maybe it's not ready. But I wouldn't hug a stop there. That's too tight. Let's see if you can get 12 points out of this. Anyone short inside the range or on the bottom of the opening range low? It's a pretty tight one today. Pretty tight opening range. Marcielo, what's the double break today? Thursday? Let's check a look. Thanks to our proud partners at Edgeful, we can go to our favorites. Opening range breakout by weekday. Thursday's at a clean 75. Okay. Let's say, what's standard? 66? 75? It's our greatest probability day. Thursday's our greatest chance of double breaking. Yesterday's 9:30 VWAP. So many things. Set up here. Resistance. What do we want to do that? We'll make that one blue. So yesterday's 9:30. Right on that thing. Kissing right off that. Yeah, that looks for an even better short. So then, okay, let's put a stop at that pin there. I don't know. 16 points. Don't get above that. Yeah. Because like this one, realistically, like I said, I don't use this low of week one, but it has used it. It has respected it even in power hour. This morning we broke above it. Now that we're at it, if we just slice right through it, I'll probably get rid of it. But if it could act as support, it's relevant. We'll keep it on. V-Rob, short win on XFA. Nice. James is short NQ. Got screwed on my long. Just Did not think about how far we are from the daily. And even just, it's the volatile of the open, man. Well, it's why rush 5 minutes in? Just give it 15 minutes, see the range set, and then see if it can break back above the New York. It hasn't, right? If we go to the electronic, if you wait for the open range to set here, it doesn't get above New York, so you're not induced into longs yet. Patience, patience, patience. Plenty of time. I'm sure NQ. Let's see what happens on Monday's VWAP. How's NQ? It's heading to its daily. We could even pin off a little news price there. If it retraces that full news bar, could kill some longs. B-Rob, what'd you have? So he's got the short, similar, yeah, ES, break of the opening range low here. Stop loss at the high. Nice. Beauty. 2 candles, 2 minutes down, you're out. Okay. Jan says, if you anchor VWAP at the 5-minute chart and jump back to the 1 minute, it'll move your anchor VWAP forward. Don't have more expensive trading view subscription. Yeah, I mean, it could only go so far candle backwise, where it's like if I anchor something from like June on the 15-minute, I can't see 1 minute candles all the way back to June, so it's going to just anchor from the most previous candle I could have. So I really just view it like on the 15-minute, the all-time high view ups and stuff like that. Nick took the opening range breakout short on 3, stop loss to 62. 62 is a little low, Nick. Not terrible, but a little low. You probably want to right at that opening range or at the end of that candle, like 67. If you're, you might be on micro, so maybe it's slightly different pricing. 62 for you. No, it's just as low. Okay. Top step view also tripping. What, if you like anchored on top step, you mean, Scott? I just do my analysis on TradingView. You know? So this one got a, well, no, I wanted it here. What do we want? Stop loss at this structure. Taking that short. See how that one plays out. So we took out the opening range low. 75% chance it also wants to take out the high. It's like 5 points away. Very well could. Bouncing off that Monday's low view up once again. It's back above the New York or USD news. We have that yesterday, 9:30. A lot of view ups today. Bear with me now. But structurally, this could be a higher low and make higher highs the rest of the day. I'm not going to predict that it has to be bearish today. I would like to see stocks bounce a little bit because NVIDIA is down. Microsoft's come back up. Apple's down. The VIX is heading back down, but if that pops higher, that's going to bring indices down. Okay. Gotcha. Let's see. This probably gets stopped out. We'll clean that out just so no one's confused. Also got along the break here. Nice. Break of what? Back inside the range. Makes sense. Back along the entry back into the range. Same with her. Nice. Break of news view up in New York. Yeah, let's, since we're looking at this view of it, let's put on a New York. 9:30 light royal blue. So let's see if we can get above this yesterday, 9:30. Been acting as resistance. You got some small lower highs from it, but let's, you pop it, it'll be good. I know I do. I'm sorry. I do have too many. We can get rid of this one probably. Acted as nice support. News, we're above that now. I like that. So let's get above this yesterday's 9:30. So I got both sides of the range already. Boom. 75% of the time it happens, and it's 24 minutes into the open. Murray's long. James stopped out on NQ shorts. Yep, probably. Could you take this chase out of the top? Potentially, but I don't stop below New York. I mean, even 15-point stop. We've been having 15-point stops this week. That a 15, if you just put it at the low, could work out. Take a look at this 15. 15, that's a nice close. Nice little wick down. Now it's breaking for a new high a day. NQ, nice wick down, retesting Asia range high, whatever that is. See if we can get these stocks to rally a little bit. VIX is down 7.5. That's going to bring your indices higher. NQ is coming back up. So NQ, you can actually long it now. Same idea as ES, just a little bit lagged, a little bit behind. Nice. Higher highs, higher lows. Beauty. Where are you guys taking this? 5,300? I know Jimmy was looking for 5,300 earlier. Where's that? Right here. 13 points away. Absolutely get that. Is that because of an order book? Let me check. 53 still got 380 on it. Anything above that? Not really. Whoops. So 5,300 would be your next target if you are in a long, 12 points above. 30% off. That's an interesting size, Austin. But okay. Took 60% off stop blocks. You throwing me these percentages at me is like CFD stuff of like I'm 90% out of my 18.2 lots. You know, where it's like I'm out one of two contracts. Maybe you're on micros. 10 micros, close 3. Nice. 10 micros. That's 1 mini. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. JB with a winner too. What do you got, JB? Long and ooh. Did JB get the best price of the day? He's catching bottoms out here while you guys are all chasing breaks. And I hate your skinny ass candles. Spread it out. Spread them, James. This is just so pinched. But yeah, it's a nice. What zone is this? That is your range high, I said. It's a nice retest of it, yeah. 105 point stop. Good Lord. Nobody does it like you, JB. Nice W's. We got some people in some winning longs now. Hopefully you secured some gains if you took it here towards the bottom of the range. I mean, that's a 15-point move. Secure some gains, lock a stop maybe. Hopefully we can get this breakout here. Now that you've taken out the bottom, not that it can't. It's almost like you could believe that it just runs higher all day because there's nothing saying it would want to come back down and break this because it already did. So that's what's good about these ones where you're taking the second break of a level. You could believe that it could carry the rest of the day if that is indeed the trend. And we technically got a new high of day, so we could get rid of that. We can maybe anchor a high debut up if it could pull back a little bit and then see if buyers step in right after. And then here's Austin's view. Long the break of New York. Now we go break the top of the range 70% of the time, 75. But yes, 5,300, good target. See a stop at the low. Nice. Close 3 at the top of the range. Yeah, because it could definitely bounce. Definitely break. It could definitely bounce. Nice structure. Just higher highs, higher lows. Of course, we could argue this was our higher low. We took that out. Big picture, zoom out. This is now just our higher low. Looking for a higher high. Right? It was making small lower highs, but there's the higher high now. So those have been deleted. This could just, I kind of want to pop. How many more minutes left on this candle? 1 more minute until this 15-minute candle closes. Hopefully this could hold up here and doesn't retrace back to the middle. That wouldn't be a great close, but beautiful. W's. Henry's long, 52.80, mid-range. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit, it's the candle after the break. Not too bad. So probably today, I mean, it's of course up to me of like if I want to trade my XFAs that are copied together or if I just want to trade the one or the one. It's up to me. It's really down to like how much do I like this setup that I think it's high probability. I would want to win it on 2 accounts, 3 accounts. Or like, I think it's good, but I don't want to risk across all of it. So that's really just what it comes down to. There's no set plan of like, okay, today I'm trading this XFA. Depends on the setup. I feel like we've seen this structure so many times. I'm working on a project now that will be out maybe in September, and I have just a bunch of markups stored for it, and I feel like I looked at this last night. Just stuff like this where the news candle, it doesn't fill it in all the way, and it continues drifting higher once it gets back above the news view up in a high day. Deja vu. Let's even just go to this. We know we want longs for the short term, so let's take a look at this view. As long as we can hold this, I'm not in this, so I'll take it off. But I'd like for some retest to this level. If we could extend a little bit higher, pull back. It's going to look just like yesterday. And then buy when buyers get back in. It's going to look just like yesterday's trade that didn't work out. Spot that Springbok for 10 miles away. Notice how we are bullish as we hold the 8:30 news open price. Yeah, come on. I got you. I know. I teach things. Yeah, it's good. And even just it didn't spend much time below its even news view up, let alone try to fill that price. And even NQ, which looked a little bit more bearish, it didn't Didn't fill it in either. But NVIDIA's bouncing out 1.6, back above its New York. That could look good. It fixed down new low. Hence, you're getting the new highs here on ES. It's all reactionary. It's not like forward looking, but it is good to see. But from top to bottom to top, 37 points. The volatility is still here. Let's see if we can get you 5,300 here for the folks at home. And then let's pop this up and see what kind of volume it comes in at. Whoops. Yep. 5,300. It's only 170. No, down here. 500 orders building. There's some algos mixed with it, so it's a little tough to see. But 4 points here, you probably get it. You'll probably get it. James out here at his opening range high. Yeah, NQ's a little bit different. And then Austin took some more off at 5,300. Get it. There it is. Ooh, nice. Coming in on some buying volume here. Beauty. W's. The round numbers are always a good resistance. Yeah, 5,300. A lot of orders there, just like there was a lot at 5,200 below. It's like psychological number. W's. Let's throw it in the chat, even though I think you know what to do. Murray took a NQ long. Now in break of news VWAP, I max daily profit on the day of all accounts. Been locked out. Let's fucking go. His words, not mine. Well, let's fucking go. Great job. That's great, Mary. W's. Let's fucking go. And then here we go. Pushing through 5,300 with ease. No problem at all. So NQ is now breaking out of its top side. Now it's just going to look so silly, but you go back to electric trading hours. Give her the book real quick. You zoom it out. What a structure. News, higher highs, higher lows. We couldn't even retrace this first tiny pullback on the news. Holding that small higher low. Beautiful trend. Beauty. Right, this is the same thing of rather than get induced into the shorts on this break, it would have been a little bit better. I did this earlier in the week or maybe last week where it took out the top. Okay, cool. And then once it took out the bottom, it went all day because it didn't have to or want to come back up to the top. Where since this is the first break, could you see it 30 points lower and make a lot of money? Yeah. But just know that there's always that chance it wants to also take out the top at any point of the day. So you'd always be a little fearful that it could turn around at some point. So I think this long is probably better because you've fulfilled the bottom. Now that you took out the top, there's no saying it wants to come back down here today. It doesn't have to want to at all. There's no stat that says that. So you could be confident that this could want to keep on drifting. Beauty. Austin's full out. $1,000 on combines times 4. Sheesh. Copying 4 combines? Can you even handle that many? Once they get to XFAs, it's going to keep them in the wings. But beauty, nice. 1,000, you're on a 50K. Is that the most? You can make 1,500 in a day, but nice. Beauty. Jimmy says bounce off 53.10. I don't know. Let's see, 53.10. You got some orders built in there, maybe. Looks like the algo ones. Were those there? I don't really see. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I would just call the bounce off it. Right? That's calling a top, really. Aaron went long in NQ when it went above New York view up and news view up. It exited at 18,260. Nice. Great job. I know you could handle it. I knew you would bring that up. When I said, can you handle that? I meant, can your accounts handle 4 new ones? You son of a bitch. So close 3 micros here. Stop loss lock trailing. Right at the opening range high in case it rejected it. Breaks out even more. Full out. 27-point move. Happy days on 7 micros still. What's that? $35. Quick math. $35 a point times 27. You can make good money. Yeah, great. So the plays for me, I'm going to keep on looking for lows. I don't really see what's going to, 15-minute wise. Yeah, there is orders up at 53.10. We'll see. That I don't want to call the top because I suck at that. I'm not good at it. So don't do it. but it just seems a little high for me. Like without any real pullback. That yes, this took some breaths, but like almost I just want to like see like physical downward movement and closes for like 3 candles, 4 candles, like just build a higher low. This just looks like it drifted higher the whole time. So not that I can't buy it and it can't keep going higher. It definitely can and probably will without me in it. But like I like to see like this, pull back a little bit, consolidate a little bit, and I'll catch the pop. I don't want to just jump in now at the tippy top. So it doesn't mean I'm going to short it back down to try to make that type of money. I'll probably, can it come down? Okay, it came down. Cool. Let's buy it. Put it back up. But some people are going to try to sell it back down, and that's totally fine. Not my tea. Ryan's got to mark up long ES. All right. Taking that extension higher. Okay. And then close after candle close. Nice. So he's already out. I know you're not, Jimmy. I'm just speaking. But you might be calling the top. If it comes back down, let's say, yeah, I called the top. I mean, this is just like, this could literally set up like yesterday's trade. If it comes back, respects this level, I take the bounce. It's what I took yesterday. And if it wins, which I hope it does, right? Let's just pretend this is the high day view up. It breaks it, and that one wins. It's like, yeah, that's why I took it yesterday. Because I believe more times than not, that setup was going to win. So I just have to be in it and not try to predict, oh, this one's not going to win. This is going to be one of the ones that doesn't. Yes, you could use some discretion in other variables like NQ and NVIDIA weren't bullish. I didn't fully ignore that, but I didn't love it. Green, do you watch the last 2 days 1800 VWAP? What is that, just a changeover? That's 6 p.m. That's the daily, is it not? Am I tripping? That's the daily VWAP. The last 2 days daily? No, I just look at today's. From 18, yeah. Trading the momentum after the bounce for longs and shorts worked great today. So like we're saying, if you keep on yesterday's daily one at 18, I mean, sliced right through it, I'm not sure. But no, I don't look at that. I look at today's, and not even much. I like to be on the right side of it, but truthfully, regular trading hours, this is my daily. This is my New York, whatever you want to call it. That I like looking at it this way too, just simplifying it. Like since the open, they tried to do some shorts, buyers set back in. That's the story today. That's the story so far. Not all that pre in London it did this. Asia made a new low. 5310 still there. Building a little bit. 400 orders now. NQ, how's that doing? Retest of its opening range high. What is this line I have? Oh, 5300. We filled those. We filled those. Let's see how else the BSC is doing. James took that. Ken took it. Nice, beautiful, long. Zach, what are you watching, Zach? If we gain acceptance, we're almost there. Ryan's, we did that. We have one other thing to note, which we didn't, because we don't talk about it much, but if you follow Zach and our Power Hour streams, the previous day's point of control, I don't know where it is, but he was saying it's somewhere, let's just guess, right? Example, it was somewhere along yesterday's high that his rules and his ideology is that 80% of the time it interacts with yesterday's previous days of control. So that would also support your longs up there to try to go fill that. I mean, he was looking at NQ. I think it happened now. It might be right there. But that would feed your longs here up to that because 80% of the time it wants to interact with that. Could it slice through it? Could it say, okay, now we reacted to it, now fall away? It could. But he's just saying it wants to go to that level, interact with it. Not break, not bounce, just touch it. So, and that maybe it hasn't happened yet, but that would feed your longs this morning even more so. Previous day's point of control at 53.42. Yeah, so it's still not there, you're saying, Roy? Yeah, so it's still not there, but that would still feed. Okay, so that would feed more longs currently. Yeah, good. And it makes sense. 80% is strong, right? We had a 75% chance of this double break. So once this bottom was taken out and you get back inside the range, it's a 75% chance it just gets at least to there. All of this is just extra cash that you could be capitalizing on, but there's just a 75% chance it gets to there. And it happened to go higher, which is good. And it's throughout the day. So this is probably one of the earlier ones we've had of it breaks the bottom at 47 and at 55, 8 minutes later, it's fulfilled both sides of it. Probably because it is such a tight range, it didn't really spread out that it would have to fully reverse. It was pretty close to start. Is anyone confused on why we took? Oh, I didn't take it, but why we like the longs and why we'd still be looking for longs for the short term now? Why at that point? Why not short it or long it even during all this chop because the range is still setting? Why you could take this short, but why that might not be the best? Even realistically, like I said, I'm better off. This is kind of trying to call the top when I'm shorting against all this bullish momentum pre-market into the open. That's just like, could you find some money short? If you shorted it here to there, yeah, you could. That's just not what I do best. I'm best at continuation plays. So I probably should have been more eager to like jump on that opportunity once it got back inside the range. That could have been a nice trade. You could definitely put on a high day view up there. See if that gets taken out here with a strong close. And then with these type of plays, when it's not really off a level, let's just say it closes up here. Me personally, I mean, I'd probably just hug it there. Say drift higher. I'm not really looking for more pullback, but it definitely could. I think that happened yesterday. Like it could pull back there and then create the higher low ends up being here and then go higher for you. So that's tough. But it could also come all the way back down. Or it could just drift higher. So you're saying, okay, here's the break. Let's find some momentum higher. You're not really looking to sit through this and respect the level. Because if it breaks this, it probably comes all the way down here. So do I want to buy it down here? Because if it buy it here, it breaks back inside, I'm out. I don't like it anymore. It's now underneath the opening range high. It's back underneath New York. Get me out of the longs. So I like longs that make sense in terms of I'll probably be wrong. I'm not going to be early. Because you could definitely be early on this. But you could definitely be right. So is anyone in this trade or a trade like it? NQ, how's that looking? Like this makes a little bit more sense in terms of if you buy it here, you can get a stop back inside its opening range high. That's a little bit better. So we can play around with this level, dance on it, and still bounce by the end. That looks good. I do like that. Henry, I'll see you at Power Hour. Nice. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you there. Ryan Long at 0275. 0275. Yeah, so like this break. What stop did you go with? What I'm saying? Or to give it like 20? I mean, you could even technically go with 20 points if you're on micros, like that higher low and the New York and high day or opening range high, like you could, and still potentially survive. That could be probably the safer play. And then you could even cut your loss earlier if it comes back below this previous level, right? If buyers, what Mike has been saying with Austin of like, if it breaks back below the high day view up and the next candle doesn't even attempt to touch that buyers aren't in control, then you can cut it there maybe. What am I drawing? That looks inappropriate. Cut the shit. 92.75. 92. Oh, yeah. I saw that marked up already. Yeah, back here. I thought it said you got out, so I figured maybe you were getting back in. But okay, you're still in that initial long. Nice. Roy's long NQ still from the middle of the range. Oh, nice. From the middle of the range, like there. Looking at 2-day view up here to take profit, leave some on. Okay. ES still has his orders up at 53.10 that you guys are going to go try to fill in your longs here. 6 points. Let's just put the take profit there at 10 just so you see the level. Look how tight that puppy is. That's 6 points. That's all the profit you can need. Of like, I'm out. 6 points, 6.75. In one candle, you can get it. So quick. Waiting for a stronger pullback. Yes, as am I. I think I took this on, could have been Tuesday stream, where I got in this just because it was valid. But I'm like, let's give him a trade. I got in, stopped out on Combine, got back in on XFA, and that one won because it gave me the better, like the deeper pullback that I wanted. And then I got in, and that one worked out. Yeah, I just got pinned out. I was like, yeah, that's exactly why I don't like these plays. But then this one's going to drift higher for you and get that, what we were looking for earlier. It's bullish. Take breaks of high day. Hope it just keeps on carrying. Doesn't have to give you a deeper pullback. Certainly not. Yeah, so this is a new markup. How's this 02? Or like, yeah, this one's like the 53 price close, so done. And then long and break of high debut up, tighter stop. Yeah, nice. 53.10, you got that. Coming in on some buying volume. Big green balls. Let's just say 9 points, 9 points. That one would have been a nice little quick winner. Quick. 15-minute wise, it's just up there. It's up there. Not that ADR has been respected lately, but let's just take a look. ADR would be, this one isn't actually yesterday's previous control, so let's get rid of that. But ADR might be the next stop. It's 30 points. 30 points is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Since the bottom of the opening range low, we've moved 50. Do we have another 30 in us? I think so. I would guess. But nice. If you got this long off here and you still somehow have a piece on, that's great. I would probably keep on trailing the stop, right? Of like if you had a stop loss here or your entry was there, stop loss break even, stop loss break even. Let's say this pulls back to here, makes a new high, stop loss break even. Just try to practice your trailing, right? For me, like I know it's not the best way to do it. I'm just looking for momentum. Like I would trail it, boom, right there. Just don't fill in that next candle. And then if it goes higher, okay, boom. Don't flip that next candle. And you'll get tagged out a lot very quickly, but that way you don't have like a stop loss still down here and you're giving back all these gains of like 20 points, right? $53.20 is a key zone. There's some orders up there. Is that why? Yeah, come on. Maybe pull back to New York for me. Sorry, anyone that's long, but you guys like my shirt? Day trader. Can you guys read? Did you guys get that? Did you break it down of what it meant? But I mean, yeah, realistically, if I want to get into it, I'd want a deeper pullback. So I'm gonna have to fade you guys on your longs. But hope you guys make money long, get out, boom, then I can get in. But NQ's looking nice. All right, we had someone long here, right? Oh, no, this was my idea because you get a good stop back inside the range. No one took that. Let's get NVIDIA to pop it for a new high. That'd be nice. Let's get Apple to get a new high. VIX down 10% now. New lows. Like, come on. Come on. Yeah, 53.20 would be the next level that's starting to form. Nice. But yeah, any questions, any markups that you guys want feedback on? I like the longs. I like your longs on the New York break here. Even the top of the range now, it looks good. And then this is a very valid entry of just high day view up break. I think I had it marked up yesterday like on those trending days, which of course we always want the trending days. Yeah, this right here. These are just low day view up breaks. Nothing more complicated than that. No specific stop loss of like orders here. Move it over there. Previous structure, sellers are back in, new low. Pulls back, sellers step back in, new low. This one goes even further. I don't know why I marked it up only to there. It goes even further. That's just clean. That like this first one was off a nice key level, boom. But then just when there is trend, it can go. So like, not that it's going to happen today, but it could very easily just keep on breaking high days and they keep working out. That doesn't have to be that like significant, like, oh, it tried to induce shorts, came back higher. So no, like every time it touched the lower day view up, it didn't break to like technically induce you into a short. It never said sellers were in yet. Until then, and then when it did, that's when it moved. Right, same with over here. Above it, it's below, there it goes. Super easy. If only it was like that every time. If only. We're saying 53.20. Yeah, 53.20. But did anyone get profits off if they took this high day VWAP break, or probably bracket break even now. Here comes the pullback that I want. Slice it. And now what I'll do, since I wasn't even in that trade, I'll put a high day VWAP on here because this is the high of the day. But if it breaks here in 2 minutes, I don't want that. I want it to like break for like 20 minutes, pause, have some buyers take a step back, some breath, and then step back in, ready to continue some trend. It's almost also like even see like a candle like this on the 15-minute. There hasn't been a red pullback one. So let's see. I'd like to find longs. I'm not going to try to short this until I get way more information, like back inside the range, if that. Maybe by power hour we're shorting it, but not right now. I'm not even going to entertain those. It's not my type of money. But we got power hour later on. So if you don't have a trade on yet today, or you're up on the day, like we do have power hour on AceFX TV. There's also just the later morning session, or like early afternoon before the power hour, that you could trade that if you're not in the trade, you're already up, you don't have to jump back in now. You obviously could. You can find good setups still, but if you're up, you're up. How do you stay green? By not clicking the trigger too much. Right, like I think this week, Monday was small red, like $100, recovered it Tuesday. What did I do yesterday? Yesterday was break even. See, I'm pretty much like up. Not much. I don't know. Not much this week, but it's fun. There's going to be those weeks where it's super hot. Like last week I made, I think, close to 4,000 on the XFAs, and that's great. I don't think I'll copy and paste 4,000 every week for a 16,000 month. That'd be great, and I'm here for it when it does happen, but it's not going to happen every month, or every week. So you take it as it comes. I'll have a 4,000 week, a $500 week, and then a break-even week, and then maybe another $3,000 week, and then you build a nice month that way. It's not 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I made $8 grand. It's going to be very sporadic, very scattered. Just survive. Build a nice P&L over the long term. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not on target to make what I want this week. It's like this week. I'm not taking a payout on Friday, so what does it matter what I make this week technically? But yeah, good trades this morning. Good longs. Hopefully you guys understood. And I know it sounds repetitive, and you're obviously going to do what you want, but I hope you guys do mark up these ideas of an anchor at the news VWAP, of how I don't love trading pre-market, and I don't, but you could long it off that. On these news plays like this, that could be a viable pre-market trade because there is a driving force. It could just want to drift higher. That I don't think it's going to reverse the whole news. Study these. Study these losers at the open that maybe are a little bit too aggressive because it hasn't formed yet. The opening range hasn't set. There's no one clear direction. Let it set. Mark up why this isn't maybe the greatest short, but why it could have some merit to it. It loses, but cool. Still mark it up. And then mark up the long here. Mark off the high off the opening range high once it makes a small new high a day with orders above you. Mark up this high day break. If this breaks here, mark that off. You have 6 markups there now. And then yesterday I had probably, I don't even know, 10, 12. I'm going to kick your ass in a week of 100 markups, and you've seen 4 ideas. Like marked up, studied, notes on it. You're going to have like 10 at the end of the week, and I have that today. So I'm just going to recognize the patterns a lot quicker. As you will too. If you just study them quicker, you'll learn quicker. Alrighty. So you got a nice break here again. Respecting the previous high. Could just keep on going. Break, retest, break, boom. So I'll leave you with that. Good luck if you're long. Take some profits if you're got a really nice low price. Don't give it all back. Trail some stop. Take some profits off. Have a good rest of your afternoon. I'll see you guys back on Power Hour. We'll finish off the day strong, and then we'll have another morning stream with Austin in the morning. James doesn't do Fridays, does he? He might. But yeah, we got more streams tomorrow, more one this afternoon. So plenty more trade opportunities this week, all right? But I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Hit me up if you need me. DMs are always open. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. If you're already up and you got nice weather out, enjoy it. It's been raining here all week, so I'm kind of trapped inside, so I'll probably take some trades today. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your morning session, all right?